Start my new video, which is on the chapter 2, and this is the part 2 of the chapter 2. Last time we left off on the page number 11, and we'll now continue at that page only. 2.2. What do various nutrients do for our body? Carbohydrates mainly provide us energy to our body. Fats also give us energy. In fact, fats give much more energy as compared to the same amount of carbohydrates. Foods containing fats and carbohydrates are also called energy-giving foods. Figure 2.3 and figure 2.4 explains this. So in figure 2.3, we can see some carbohydrate-rich food like sweet potato, sugarcane, papaya, melon, mango, maize, rice, bajra, wheat, etc. And this is groundnuts, nuts, till, and etc. All the oils contain fats. And this is 2.4. This oil one picture is also the part of 2.4. And meat, fish, eggs, cream, butter, milk, ghee, these all things contain fat. These are rich sources of fats. And this is 2.5, which shows gram, moong, tur dal, beans, meat, peas, soya bean, fish, paneer, eggs, milk. These are some protein-rich sources. So all these are rich in protein. So all these things are rich in protein. Proteins are often called bodybuilding foods. Vitamins help in protecting our body against diseases. Vitamins also help in keeping our eyes, bones, teeth, and gums healthy. Vitamins are of different kinds, known by different names. Some of these are vitamin A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, not F, G, H, but there are some of them, like vitamin A, B, C. B is not mentioned here, but it is C, D, E, and K, not F. I don't think that there is vitamin F. And there's also a group of vitamins called vitamin B complex. So these A, B, C, D are shops. You can compare them to shops, but B is a type of a mall which has many shops. So yes, B has different types of vitamin B complexes. So you can find different types of vitamin B, like vitamin B1. Our body needs all types of vitamins in small quantities. Vitamin A keeps our skin and eyes healthy. Vitamin C helps body to fight against the many diseases. Vitamin D helps our body to use calcium for bones and teeth. Foods that are rich in different vitamins are shown in figure 2.6 and 2.9. So 2.6 shows vitamin A rich sources, which are papaya, carrots, mango. I also need a lot of vitamin A because my eyes are weak, and vitamin A also improves your eyesight. Vitamin B 2.7. This is liver, wheat, rice. These give vitamin B. Liver, not your liver, the liver of different animals that we can eat in non-veg, like the chicken, goat, and etc. I don't know which animal's liver is healthy, but it is liver only. It is mentioned here. Vitamin C, lemon, amla, green chili. Green chili is one word. Guava, orange, tomato. So vitamin C is mostly a sour fruit. The citrus fruits that you eat are mostly containing vitamin C. And 2.9 shows vitamin D, which is milk, butter, liver, egg, fish. All the non-veg and animal produces are rich in vitamin D. Our body also prepares vitamin D in the presence of sunlight. Nowadays, insufficient exposure to sunlight is causing vitamin D deficiency in many people. So these days, all the people are just sitting in their houses because of COVID-19, and this makes people deficient in vitamin D. For proper growth of our body and to maintain good health, the sentence was continued here. Some sources of different minerals are shown in 2.10 figure. So this figure is some sources of iodine. The above one first is the iodine, ginger, and other things like crab, and fish, etc. And some sources of phosphorus: banana contains phosphorus, and these are the things, and milk. And some sources of iron: these all the green leafy vegetables mostly contain iron, and apple also contains iron. And that's why when you see apple becoming brown, so somewhat it is rusting in there because it contains iron, and somewhat it is just decomposing in the atmosphere. So it is the mixture of both. That's why apple becomes reddish and brownish more common than any other fruit, and more faster. Some sources of calcium: milk and eggs. So you would see that milk contains most of the things, most of the proteins, vitamins, iodine, so phosphorus, and other things. So it is good to drink milk. I drink 3 glasses of milk every day. Most food items usually have more than one nutrient. You may have noticed this while recording your observations, like milk. In table 2.2, however, in a given raw material, one particular nutrient may be present in much larger quantity than in others. So, milk contains vitamin D and protein more than phosphorus and other things. So, this is an example. And another example is rice has more carbohydrates than other nutrients. Thus, we say that rice is rich in carbohydrates. Besides these nutrients, our body needs dietary fibers and water. Dietary fibers are also known as roughage. Roughage is mainly provided by plant products in our foods. Whole grain, whole grains and pulses, potatoes, fresh fruits, and vegetables are main sources of roughage. Roughage does not provide any nutrient to our body but is an essential component for our body and adds to its bulk. This helps in our body to get rid of undigested food. So it helps in digestion. Water helps our body to absorb nutrients from food. It also helps in throwing out some wastes from our body as urine and sweat. Normally, we get most of our water that our body needs from the liquids we drink, such as water, milk, and tea. So if you drink 3 glasses of milk like me, then you have sufficient water, but not as much sufficient to stay hydrated. Still, you will stay dehydrated. In winters, you must drink a lot of water because you feel cold and you don't want to drink water, but your body gets dehydrated fast. In addition, we add water to most cooked foods. Let's see if there is any other source which provides water to our body. And we also drink juices and other things which also contain water. Apple is a fruit that contains a lot of water, more than any other fruit. And mostly after eating a watery fruit or juicy fruit, we should not drink water because it can harm our body, because the fruit already contains a lot of water and it can react, I think. Activity 3. Take a tomato or a fruit like lemon, cut it into small pieces. Do your hands get wet while doing so? Yes, because the lemon has lemon juice, tomato has tomato juice. Carefully, do observe whenever vegetables and fruits are being cut, peeled, grated, or mashed at your home. Do you find any fresh fruit? Do you find any fresh vegetables or fruits that do not contain some amount of water? All these fruits contain water, and vegetables also contain water, because when these grow, they need to store some amount of water in them to keep them fresh. As water contains oxygen and can contain lot of nutrients in it, as it is a universal soluble substance. We can dissolve anything in it. We see that many food materials themselves contain water to some extent. Our body needs are met by this water. Apart from this, we also add water while cooking many food items. So, like in rice, you add water so that the rice can become puffed, and so it contains some amount of water, but not a lot of, because most of it is evaporated. Balanced diet 2.3. The food we normally eat in our day is our diet. For growth and maintenance of good health, our diet should have all the nutrients that our food needs. in right quantities. So a diet is all the food that you eat in a particular day, not a week, not a month, not a year. It is a particular day. So if you eat all the substances equally and have a good diet, it is called balanced diet. Not too much of one, not too little of other. The diet should be also contain a good amount of roughage and water. Such a diet is called balanced diet. So this is the true definition of balanced diet. Do you think all the people of all ages need the same type of diet? Do you also think that what we need for a balanced diet would depend on the amount of physical work that we do? Yes, like children need more water and other things, vitamins and minerals and other proteins and such things, and carbohydrates most importantly, because we use most of our energy in playing things. But adults don't need so much energy. Only those people who work hard in a day, like the construction workers, they need a lot of carbohydrates and fats because they need a lot of energy. So it depends on the work that you do. Like us children, we only play in the day and just waste all our energy in useless things. You can say them useless because they have no use instead of just playing. Because of this, our body gets deficient in energy. So we need to eat more carbohydrate and energy rich food to maintain this, and that is called a balanced diet. Prepare a chart of whatever you eat over a period of a week. Check whether all the nutrients mentioned are present in one or other food items being eaten within a day or so. Pulses, groundnuts, soybean, sprouted seeds. Moon and Bengal gram. Fermented foods, South Indian foods such as idli, a combination of flours, missi roti, thepla made from cereals and pulses, banana, spinach, sattu, jaggery, available vegetables, and other such foods provide many nutrients. Therefore, one can eat a balanced diet without expensive food materials. Eating the right kind of food is not enough. It should be also cooked. So if you'll eat raw vegetables, it would be harmful for your body because raw vegetables have lots of bacteria on them, and when we cook them, all the bacteria just die because of the heat. So we should always eat cooked food. Just don't cook chips and other things, or else they would just get burnt. So some food can only be cooked and some food should not be cooked. Paley wonders whether animal food can also consist of these different components, and do they also need a balanced diet? Yes, all the organisms on earth need a balanced diet to sustain, or else we all will die, because food should contain all the nutrients that our body needs to survive properly so that its nutrients are not lost. It should be cooked. It should be also cooked properly so that all its nutrients are not lost. Are you aware that some nutrients get lost in the process of cooking and operation preparations? Yes, like when we will cook in oil, fat, there would be a lot of fat, but some vitamins will get burnt, and so we can not obtain as much vitamin as there is in raw food. But when we cook with the bacterias, the good bacterias and the vitamins and proteins and other substances, nutrients, all the nutrients get burnt if we just overcook the food. And sometimes, and most of the times, in many foods, if we will cook them, one of their nutrient will get lost. So some of the fruits and vegetables should be eat in raw, like carrot. If you will cook a carrot, we'll get less vitamin A than a raw carrot. If the vegetables and fruits are washed after cutting or peeling them, it may result in loss of some vitamins. The skin of many vegetables and fruits contain vitamins and minerals. Similarly, repeated washing of rice and pulses may remove some vitamins and minerals present in them. So if you just cut or peel off the skin of an apple, you will get less amount of the nutrients that are present in it, because apple skin and banana skin and other things contain more of them. Example, a banana skin contains more phosphorus than the main banana flesh. We all know that cooking improves the taste of food and makes it easier to digest. At the same time, cooking also results in the loss of certain nutrients. Many useful proteins and considerable amounts of minerals are lost if excess water is used during cooking and is then thrown away. So, if you'll wash the fruits and vegetables, then some of the nutrients will dissolve in the water as it is a universal dissolving substance. Then they will, when we'll throw the water, then all the nutrients will also get thrown away. Vitamin C gets easily destroyed by heat during cooking. Would it not be sensible to include some fruits and raw vegetables in our diet? Yes, raw vegetables and fruits give more nutrients than the cooked ones, but the cooked ones are also important for the health of our body, or else we'll get constipation every day. Boju thought that fats would be the best food to eat all the time. A kachori bowl of fat will give much more energy than a kachori of carbohydrate rich food, isn't it? So he ate nothing but food rich in fat and he just became fat. So, as you can see, if he'll eat a lot of one thing, it can affect us. If we eat a lot of protein, then we can get deficient in another things. I don't know what are the causes if we'll eat more protein, but I know that if we'll eat a lot of fat, then we will become a fat. So fat is named after its consequences, fat. Fried food like samosa and puri, snacks, malai, rabdi and peda, sweets. Do you think he was right? No, of course not. It can be very harmful for us to eat too much of the fat-rich foods, and we may end up suffering from a condition called obesity. So the name of this disease is called obesity. Deficiency diseases. A person may be getting enough food to eat, but sometimes the food may not contain a particular nutrient. If this continues over a long period of time, the person may suffer from its deficiency. Deficiency of one or more nutrients can cause diseases or disorders in our body. Diseases that occur due to lack of nutrients over a long period are called deficiency diseases. So if we will not eat a perfect amount of a nutrient, then we can get deficiency diseases if we don't eat enough. If a person does not get enough proteins in his or her body for a long time, she is likely to have stunned growth, swelling of face, discoloration of hair, skin diseases, and diarrhea. If the diet is deficient in both carbohydrates and proteins for a long period of time, the growth may stop completely. Such a person becomes very lean and thin and so weak that she may not be even able to move. Deficiency of different vitamins and minerals may also result in certain diseases or disorders. Some of these are mentioned in table 2.3. All deficiency diseases can be prevented by taking a balanced diet. In this chapter, we asked ourselves the reason why widely varying food from different regions had a common distribution. This distribution we find ensures that our meal have a balance of different nutrients needed by the body. So this is the end of the chapter. We can now just click the photo of this chart or take a screenshot. Because this is very important. These are the deficiency diseases, their symptoms, and what the deficiency diseases are of. Like vitamin A, loss of vision. If we will not have enough vitamin A, we can get a loss of vision. Poor vision, loss of vision in darkness, sometimes complete loss of vision. Vitamin B1. So B1 is one of the complexes, B complexes. B2 and other of them are there. Very weak muscles and very little energy to work. So vitamin A, it is easy to learn, loss of vision, and vitamin B, it is starting from B. So vitamin B has a deficiency disease named as beriberi, starting from B. Vitamin C, so scurvy leads to bleeding gums. Wounds take longer time to heal. So in scurvy, you can just learn it by seeing that scurvy, it has C sounding. So vitamin C has a C sounding deficiency disease called scurvy. Vitamin D, just remember cricket and just convert it rickets. Bones become soft and bent. So vitamin D help us to absorb calcium more good. So if we will be deficient in vitamin D, then I would not be able to absorb calcium, and thus they will become soft and bent because they would have the pressure of our body. Calcium, bone and tooth decay. So calcium is present in our teeth and our bones. So you have to just learn this. It has no tricks. Weak bones, tooth decay. These are the symptoms. Iodine and iron. These are some minerals, not vitamins. Vitamins were above. So there are more vitamins which have more deficiency diseases. But in this chapter, you have just learned about these. Iodine leads to goiter. Glands in the neck appear swollen. So the neck appears to be swollen. Mental disability in children. So this mainly happens in children because of the less amount of salts in the body. Iron, ammonia, anemia. I don't know how do we speak this. Tell me in the comments. This leads to weakness. Like iron is strong, you can remember this its symptoms, that iron is strong. If we'll not have enough iron, then we'll get weak. The opposite of iron, which is strong and weak. So these are the keywords: balanced diet, berry, carbohydrates, energy, fats, minerals, nutrients, protein, roughage, scurvy, starch, and vitamins. And this is the summary. You can read this. These are the exercises. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I will not do this because many of you will just shout at me in the comment box if I will get wrong. So you can do this in your book, or but just take a screenshot and do it orally. And these are some projects and activity if you want to do. These are good. We can do this. It helps in practicing. So thank you for watching my video. If you like my video, then please like and subscribe, because you all like this type of videos, and I just made the second part and completed the chapter 2. Next time we will study chapter 3, and if it is long, then it would again be in 2 parts.